It's not Yerushalmi Terumos. The article Oz V'Hod edition were mamish at the top of Mem Zayin Amar Aleph. Davar Shein Darko Hi Bolel, and in the Vilna were mamish at the top of Tav Chav Vav Aleph. Davar Shein Darko Hi Bolel, and the we're talking about here things where they can, well, first of all, we should say that our learning should be as close for Ham Yisrael and its fight against the Rishonim Aruim and Machshmam Zichron who terrorize us. So the Davar Shein Darko Hi Bolel is something which doesn't get mixed up very well with easy other things. Bila is mixed up. And therefore, it's hard to make it disgusting when it's to prevent you from eating the truma tamea. So since it's hard to make it disgusting, we're afraid that by the time you can make it disgusting, you're going to already have eaten it. So therefore, you have to put them in a safe place, a secluded place to rot. But stuff where it's easy, such as liquids, to make it disgusting by putting it into to disgusting vessel, etc. You don't have to. You don't have to really be concerned that you're going to eat them by the time they come most. But you do make them most, so you're not going to eat them, but you can leave them around them, and you can use them as fuel, because obviously you have an eitzah in order to make them most and not come to eat them birvos hayomim. Okay, so now we go to the next part of the Mishnah, where it said "O lehekdesh." It says, where's the Mishnah? It says, "Such a Mishnah." We can write the bigger Mishnah. Such a Mishnah for pachas mi me'echlin, all ma'aser rishon, all ma'aser sheni, all lehekdesh. Then turning ben tomorrow Torah mir kavu. So the Gemara says, and actually, it's interesting because the Kavanaki has a header here, but not the article, which usually has a header on these things. So the Ola Hekdesh is a header in the Kavanaki, and the article doesn't have it, but the article is Lokain Savrinon, and the Kavanaki has the Lokain Taninon. So evidently the I don't know. It's correct because about the quarter brisa. Says Sabrina. Lokin Dinan Ein Hektish El Makomo V'Shaito. So the Hektish Bedek has its value according to its value according to its value at that place at the time where you're evaluating it, according to the current situation. So so the really you should sell this mixture of truma and kulin, or redeem it, and be used as fuel. If you leave it to rot, like our Mishnah says, you're going to cause the loss to have hektish. For lo chentina and ain't a hektish so makamo m'shaytoi. Now it's a little bit out of context, the brisa, but we're learning from the brisa that Bedek Abayis has value in this, according to Shah and the Malcolm and Shah. So therefore, I can let it rot. Rabbi China said, "Tipater shechorev osa makom." The fascinating thing that place is just desolate, destroyed. Nobody needs any fuel anymore there because nobody's there. So you can't sell it even as fuel because there are no customers. So therefore, it has no value in this place at that time, and therefore you let it rot because anyway, Hektish not going to make any money off it. So it sounds like the Gemara is saying, but if Hektish can make money off it, somehow then Taki would be mechuyev for Hektish Bedek Abayis to make sure that Hektish made the money. Okay, the next part of the Gemara says, saw Tahora. That's the header, and the article is It says there is in Torah Haisa, same idea. So the Mishnah is talking about Hadam Asnisa. Our Mishnah. It's talking about Torah B'Torim. It's Truma Tahora, which fell into Meiser Rishon, and everything is Torah. But what so it said in the Mishnah that in Meiser Torah Sasai Machal Kohen made Truma Chutz Minei Sasai, right? Because it's Torah, and they can sell to a coin, he can eat it. Avatar B'Tmeim. What about when a Torah fell? Truma Torah fell to Chulin Tmeim. That's what we said in the say in the Mishnah. Im Tmeim he also Chulin Chulin. Those Chulin are Tomei, etc. So it says why it say Tmeim also Chulin and not even Tmeim who you stam. So it's been ordered to exclude Meiser Rishon. That if it was Tomei, it's not like Torah where you can call the designated part of it is Meiser, Shumas Meiser, but you have to designate Shuma from Shumas Meiser from elsewhere, which you can give the coin can eat. So in May, the Adaita Rabbi Yossi Micha. So according to Rabbi Yossi said. It was not Rabbi Mishnah. It's right here. You give him it the Truma of Hashem to Aaron HaKohen Asay Shenosin Aaron Kunaso. Give it that Aaron can get it in his kahuna. In other words, that he can take advantage of it, and if that's specifically talking about Truma Torah, which is uniquely advantageous to a Kohen, because he can eat it, as opposed to Truma Tmeah, where even Yisrael can be nana from the Sreifa, depending on the circumstances. But Al-Daiti the Kahana, that according to Rabbi Kahana, the Amar who said, told me Makuda Shabo, it says the way he learns words in Sata mi menu. The Torah is makri to be mafresh from that batch on that batch. If some is Torah, okay, take from the Torah. But if not, she even take me to Tame, right? So according to Rabbi Yossi Shem Chizkiah, Rabbi Yana, Shem Rabbi Yana, of course, going to take Shumas Meiser from elsewhere. But according to Rav Kahana, it says he's taking Makuda Shabo. So here he taking Makuda Shabo, which means that if it's Torah, fine, but if it's Tamei, you still take from it. So Afgav Kahana Amar Taman told me Makuda Shabo. Even though that Rav Kahana said that you should take from the Makuda Shabo, that's under normal circumstances where you can salvage whatever it is and give it to the Kohen in some way, shape, or form. But but here, since the halacha is to sell it to a Kohen for him to eat all of it, you should not call Chumas Meiser on the Meiser, which is Tomei, from this Meiser, which is Tomei, because then the Chumas Meiser will be Tomei, and the Meiser Rishon will be Meiser Rishon will be fixed by Chumas Meiser Tomei, and not going to be able to eat any of it actually, because we don't know which pieces choose. Even though it's all Meiser, but any one of those pieces could be the Chumas Meiser. So therefore, in order to prevent that from happening, that you take the Chumas Meiser or from elsewhere. That way, you can eat all of it, because the Meiser Rishon, none of it, you consider all to be Meiser Rishon, and B, that Truma itself you can eat, because it's Truma came from Malcolm Acher. It's not a problem anymore. Of course, still have a little bit of Truma mixed in. That's why the Mishnah gives us the eitzah of eating the kunim or kloyos, so we avoid making that truma tame from its contact with the tame chulin or tame ma'aser in this mixture. And that's what Gemara says. Telchal nekudim, hadei nekudim. Let's go. We have that header here. I'm not even sure. Um, yeah, hadei nekudim kadar chatzei beitzim. So each one has to be less than a mishnah. A mishnah. It's less than a pizza in order that the tumas ochlin should not affect the truma within the mixture. Um, Yeah, and this halacha is brought down in the Rambam because Chumas Perigad halacha base. So Chuma Torah shenaf lapachas mei chulin. You have a saw of Chuma Torah which fell into less than 100 chulin tameim. Tameim makar kol kanim, and there's kol kanim chutzid mei Chuma. Koin ochel meduma zakloyos. He eats this meduma kloyos. In other words, oilusha so may perish and maksheh eats it toasted without a the moisture coming across into it, or he eats it with neither with fruit juice, which is not machshir, in order that it's not the truma in it shall become tame from the chulin tmeim, or you make it less than a kibetza, that in order that the truma should not become tame. So that's basically our mishnah. Okay, now we go to the next part of the mishnah. The Rabbi Lezer. It says Truma Tamei Shanafa Mea Chulin. It's but Torah. It's but Lezer Tirum Thisarev. You pick one up and you burn it. Shani Omer Shanafa. You say also. We say the same way with Bell. The same way say come up. So the Gemara says Amar Simon Rabbi Lezer Kedaite. Lezer, like we know, is his opinion. Kamadu Amar Tamon, just like he said, says elsewhere by Zvachim and Mesechus Zvachim. That if a vorin which are kosher carbon got mixed in a vorin bali mumin, it says if one of the heads was sacrificed, let's say a bunch of heads got mixed up, all of the heads can get sacrificed. If the legs of one of them got mixed up, all of the legs can get sacrificed. So, but it says that so that if part of the tarovis is separated, we say that kazera a so the one which you're makriv, even you're makriv, so that was the apostle part one. That's what it says. You say that whatever is possible is what came up in your hand, and the rest is kosher. Something here it says called meim or biyada. We assume everything which is tamei came up in his hand. The rest is okay. Okay. So Rabbi Zira by Rabbi Zira wanted to explain. It seems it's Menichusa here. There's a boy. Nomar, I wanted to explain this. Nomar Lomar les Nate Gedera. The Gedera is like a Xera. So Rabbi Lezer sees you have to burn the sreifa. You have to burn the saw which you took up. It's only Xera. The Kohanim should not, come to eat Truma Tameo. It doesn't say that everything else doesn't have any tuma, but for the time being, the tuma is suspended because it's batel, and it could be it's going to be close to an air. Oh no, my low, my so he's really asking. It's not many clues. So that's a question. Oh no, my low, my less of gidra. It's only a gezerah. But it's that we would have to regard we take off as if it was the truma. But that's only it's the chumrah, not the kula. So the Gemara says the low more Rabbi Lezer. B'sasha lu v'toch tavu should start to go shein l'masreisav. Doesn't Rabbi Lezer could see that if you took a saw out of tevel, that you still have to take meiser on the tevel. We don't pater from Maisris the Tevo Mitch. Uh, yeah, we don't buy from Mises the Teva, which you pick the portion you took up. You say take Machumas and Mises off of that as well. So obviously we don't say it's the Sar Truma because from the Sar Truma that's the Sar also we wouldn't have to take out Chumas and Mises. You never such enough for the Sar also lawyer so they call Shayla Masra. So Amray Mara said Usma Rabbi Zero. He says Rabbi Zero said good. That it's taka not regarded as the Sasha Nofla Shas also. The Tninon, the Basar we learned in the subsequent Mishnah. Sachum Torah Shnafla Mea Chulin Tmeim. We have a Sachum Torah fell into 100 Chulin of Chulin Tmeim. The lace Rabbi Lezer Polik. He seems to agree that it has to be in the Kudim. The rest of the mixture. If he held the saw which fell as the saw which came up, we shouldn't have to eat the rest of it in the Kudim. So that's one aspect. I'm in Chavrai Kod Rabbi Yossi Yosem Rabbi Simon. They said the Rabbi Simon said good. That it's literal. That whatever goes down is what comes up. The loca, if not, serving as a chuma ne'gzera. What do you mean? You're going to burn chuma on account of gzera. In other words, say the saw chuma tmeya fell in, and saw chuma tmeya came out. You're going to burn it. That's how it holds. How can you burn it? If you hold, unless you hold, it's what fell is what comes out. Otherwise, we serving as a chuma ne'gzera. So Amar alone, he said, the Rabbi Yossi said to the Chevraya, the Shisha Sveikos, the Dina Lominik Zerahin. So the Shisha Sveikos are the Mishnah Taras, the Paragdam Mishnah. Hey, the Chachamim made a decree to burn Truma, even though it's coming only suffix in 6 cases, such as the Beis HaPras, went into a field in which a kever had been plowed over, a land which comes from Chutz La'aretz, etc. So that's Gezerah, right? Negdera Yisrael Hasam. Chachanami Negdera Yisrael Hasam. And Chanami also here. And the fact that we can require the Gezerah Rabbana could be the reason for it to have to be burnt. And that brings us, I think, to almost to the bottom. The third after the bottom, so we certainly stop here for today.